Hello, my name is Andre Ong. I'm a principal at Sharrock, Pitman Legal and an accredited property law specialist. The state government has commenced a process to transition the tax regime for commercial and industrial properties away from transactional stamp duty to an annualised tax in addition to land tax. From 1 July 2024, there will be a new tax in Victoria, the Commercial and Industrial Property Tax, otherwise known as the CIPT. So what is the CIPT? The CIPT is a new annual tax payable on properties that enter into the CIPT scheme as a result of property transactions that have occurred on or after 1 July 2024. The annual tax, once it commences, is in addition to land tax. On the upside, once you're in the CIPT scheme and have paid the last amount of stamp duty, the CIPT will ultimately replace stamp duty. Further, there is a 10-year transition period commencing from the date the property enters into the CIPT scheme. In short, this means that if you buy a commercial or industrial property on 1 July 2024, for example, you will pay one further amount of stamp duty and will then be paying the CIPT commencing in calendar year 2035. You will come into the CIPT scheme if you are transacting with any commercial or industrial property that would be ordinarily subject to stamp duty, or where the sale or acquisition relates to commercial or industrial property, for example, a share in the property or a landholding entity involving effectively 50% or more of the property. So how much is it? CIPT will be charged at a rate of 1% of the site value of the property and will apply to all land owned by a taxpayer on 31 December of the year prior to the tax year. With stamp duty, note that during the phase out when the last amount of stamp duty is payable, you can pay out upfront as occurs now, or you may have access to a government transitional loan which will enable you to pay off the stamp duty over 10 years, subject to eligibility criteria, but also with interest to apply. The CIPT represents a substantial change to the tax environment for a commercial or industrial property. If you need more resources, then note my article and our webinar on this website, and also the SRO's website dedicated to the CIPT. As accredited property law specialists, we can provide advice on the CIPT's impacts on property acquisitions, landholder entity dealings, and commercial industrial developments to ensure that your interests are protected. Please don't hesitate to contact us. We're on your side.